Hey Reddit, how's it going? I wanted to give some opinions and some observations, what I've seen with the Willow Glen Road diet. So let's go ahead and start highlighting some things here. So this is the main of Willow Glen. I could have done a better job and included Willow Glen High School, but let's face it, this is the area of contention here. So what I see happening a lot is people from Southside, they try and get on to 280 North. And what they're doing is they're cutting through Lincoln, making a left here on Parkmore, and then they get onto 280 over here by City College. And yes, there are alternate routes. There's you have 87 to 280, but anybody that's been on the 87 in the morning knows that that is a very slow crawl. Um, and to give you an idea of how slow the crawl is, I got a marker here called 18 miles. And in the morning at 8:30 to go from this point of 85 to this point on Page Mill Road in Palo Alto, it takes my wife and I anywhere between an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and 40 minutes. It depends on if there's accidents or whatnot. But let's go back to Willow Glen here and Lincoln Avenue. So, what's been happening since the road diet is we're starting to see a few things happen. First of all, um, we're seeing a lot more people decide, hey, I'm not going to take 280. So, a lot of people are staying on the 85, or from this area, they're coming down to the 85. Um, right now, where I live here, over at Branham and Cherry area, kind of the Hammer area, this intersection here is just getting to be a nightmare, day and night. Um, is it because of the road diet? Well, I believe in the butterfly effect. I believe something we do over here is going to affect driver behaviors elsewhere in San Jose. But let's take a look at some of the alternatives again. We had 87 to 280. We have Bird to 280. We have Almaden to 280. We have 280 at Meridian. And the problem is now we're starting to hear people on these routes say that these routes are getting worse. They're contributing to their morning commute because basically Willow Glen decided, well, we don't want to offer this route anymore. And if you look here, you can almost see there's an even amount of space to each route. And to me, that shows a very fairly balanced load between different neighborhoods when each one is pretty much carrying its own weight to the freeway. I mean, it does diverge right here, but it's not so bad. Um, but you can see how much further people have to go to get on the freeway. And, speaking as somebody that has to commute in an hour and a half each way to work every day, I can tell you, even an extra 5 minutes a day, it does not feel good. Like I said, it's already taking us an hour and a half to go from Almaden Expressway in 85 to Page Mill in 280. And even an extra 5 minutes a day, you add that up at the end of the year, that's a day out of my life. I don't think it's fair to take that because a few people from who think that Lincoln Avenue is the only part of Willow Glen that matters can't share their fair part of the load. Now, feel free to discuss this however you like. Um, again, I don't think there's anybody in Reddit that's a traffic engineer, but it would be neat if we got one. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.